Hello, everyone, and welcome to Total Packers with Matt LaFleur, Larry McCarren, along with the head coach of the Green Bay Packers. And Matt, plain and simple, what's going on football-wise this week?
We'll have a long time to do a lot of self-scout in all three phases, and then we'll have 3 days of practice with our players, and we'll get them in and out of the building, be pretty efficient with them. But it's a great opportunity for our guys to stay sharp mentally, try to rehab their bodies, and we're able to get a couple guys back. So we'll be excited and ready to go when we know who we're going to play at the end of this weekend.
Speaking of which, Rams, Cards, 49ers, or Eagles, you've beaten 3 of the 4. Any thoughts about the field in general?
Yeah, it's a competitive field. I think this is a wide open tournament, and although every game's coming through Lambeau and coming through Green Bay, nothing's guaranteed. You got to go out there and give your best effort and play your best ball.
When it comes to coming out of the bye and winning a divisional playoff game, you're 2 for 2. What's important now?
To go 3 for 3. It really comes down to putting the work in and making sure that you're on top of all the details. Obviously, there's a lot of film out there in all phases of the game, and we got to just make sure we're sharp on all the little details so we can go out there and perform at our best level.
David Bakhtiari and Josh Myers return to the lineup against the Lions. With those 2 guys, is it kind of full speed ahead now?
Yeah, that's the hope. But we'll see how they respond from, the snaps that they got, and then also throughout the course of the week of practicing. And we anticipate them to get stronger and get in better football shape and become even, be able to go out there and perform at an even higher level.
Matt, the Lions game, in retrospect now, is there anything you can take out of it that can help you moving forward?
There's always lessons to be learned from it. And a lot of times you learn more from your failures than you do your successes. And so obviously we didn't win the game, and that's always what it's all about, is making sure that you put in the work every day to go out there and perform your best. And when you don't perform your best, you always look at, okay, well, why didn't we go out there and execute at a higher level? I think there's areas really in all 3 phases where the communication has to be better, and then our execution just was not quite up to the standard that we have for ourselves around here.
In the Lions game, Matt, you got a chance to play a lot of young guys. Did anybody jump out at you?
I think on the offensive side of the ball, certainly the production that Patrick Taylor went out there and ran with. I thought he ran very physical, very hard, was hitting the right holes. And then also Josiah DeGuara had obviously the big reception, but I thought he played very physical. Daphne had a big reception, and then defensively, I thought Garvin really played his most physical game of the season. So, yeah, there was some good performances, and ultimately we got to continue to learn from those and continue to get better.
Thank you, Matt. Coming up, Lucas Patrick. Don't go away. Total Packers with Matt LaFleur is brought to you by your local Chevy dealers, by Bellum Health, and by Johnsonville. Welcome back. This one-on-one is brought to you by Pothole Frozen Pizza from Quick Trip. My personal hero, Lucas Patrick, joins us now. Lucas, welcome to the program. Almost every game I have a favorite Lucas Patrick player too, and out of the Lions game, your most recent contest, Josiah DeGuara's 62-yard touchdown catch and run. Could you talk about that play, Lucas?
I know leading up into this game, everyone's talking about it's an exhibition game or it doesn't matter, but I think that's such a huge moment that mattered more to a few players, especially one, than anything, with a tough year that 81 had last year with an injury. And I think to come back to this season and playing some steady ball and then having that of an explosive play, that can build so much momentum, especially for a guy who's ascending as a young player, heading into a playoff push, and really build off the fact that he can provide a spark in a game.
Well, my favorite part of that play was number 62 putting 2 Lions on the ground. Do you remember that part? You failed to mention it.
Well, yeah, that was It was set up perfectly by Yash. He forced his guy right into me, and then from there on, it was just kind of a domino effect.
He's gone to the 10, to the 5, touchdown! Oh my goodness!
Okay, another one of my favorite Lucas Patrick plays. In fact, I refer to it as the block. Came against the Vikings not too long ago. And you take Anthony Barr, a real good player, and take him about 20 yards downfield and drive him into the dirt. Lucas, if you could, describe your play style.
It's playing to the echo of the whistle, and Lambeau's pretty big, so the whistles are going to echo for a while. I like to play football. I think how it's intended to be is a violent sport, and you get to kind of cut loose and have this mentality of you either have to go through me to get to the ball or I'm going to move you. That was a cool play, and you know, it's funny because Steno's been harping on me on a few technique things on that play for a few weeks in a row, and I'd been messing it up. And I remember I came off the sideline, I told him, I was like, so if I listen to the coaching, that's what happens? And we had a good laugh about that.
Lucas, last thing for you. Playing at Lambeau Field, the home field advantage that you guys work so hard to earn, what does that mean to you? Playing at Lambeau.
It truly means everything. When these fans get rocking, you see your breath coming out. I mean, it's stuff you dream up as a little kid to have a playoff run at Lambeau. It's truly a dream come true, and I'm even more excited that this year we're actually going to have Lambeau packed because, you know, we had our home field advantage last year, but it wasn't necessarily as I think as rocking as it's about to be this year. So we're actually going to have the real Lambeau home field experience with all the fans packing it and cheering. We just can't wait to ride with them as they ride with us.
Lucas, thank you for being with us, and best of luck throughout the playoffs.
Thank you, Larry.
Coming up, this week's Chalk Talk. Don't go away.
All right, let's see. The David Bakhtiari return hype video, voiced by David Bakhtiari. All right, let's give this one a shot here. Coming to a football field near you, it's everyone's favorite left tackle, the one, the only, David Bakhtiari. Wow, that was dumb. I'm sure we've got something better than that. Let's try a little more on the romance side. Let's try, What if you found out you were looking for love in all the wrong places? This is a love story of how a left tackle brings the world together. I mean, I get it. I'm not the world, but I mean, maybe the team. I'm David Bakhtiari, and I approve this message. That's awkward. Stupid. Ew. Terrible. You guys let Tom do this? Next. You know what? It. I'm gonna do it live. Look, I'll write it. You film it. Let's go. Ready? 3, 2, 1. In a world where Aaron loses his left tackle, one man works to come back. No, come back. Maybe something a little more action-packed thriller. What he does have is a particular set of skills. Skills he's acquired over a very long career. 9 years to be exact. Skills that make him a nightmare for people like you. Eh? No? Okay. All right. You zooming in nice and close. Yeah, I'm thinking I'm back. Eh? Now it's stupid. I'm so back, man. How about like an 80s movie spoof, like a Bach to the Future? You know, get it? Like Bach to... The Empire Strikes Back. I'll be back. No? How about we just, like, cut this whole thing? Let's just do, like, Summer of '69. Eh? No. Packers.com probably won't do that. Or we can just joke about it, like, hey, did you hear about that one time that left tackle that... Coming soon. That's fun. That needs to make it. You know what, guys? Let's not overthink this. I'm a simple guy, so let's keep it simple. I'm David Bakhtiari, and I'm back. At left tackle. Let's go. Great work, guys. That's a wrap right there. Woo! Yeah.
This week's Chalk Talk is brought to you by Network Health. What rust, says David Bakhtiari. David's very first play in over a year, aggressive pass protection, and David is good with his hands, good with his feet, and this is kind of interesting. After that initial thrust, David takes his hands away and totally frustrates the rusher. Look at him, grabbing at air. He eventually resorts to a bull rush, gets absolutely nowhere, and that very first play goes for 28 yards. Classic drop back protection now, and David is going against Charles Harris, the Lions' leading sacker and best rusher. Harris has moves. Look at it right here. He's using that rip to try to turn the corner on David. But David is just too strong with his left hand and arm and too good with his feet to give up that corner. And this is kind of interesting. Ball is away. Here it is right here. And look at the relationship between David and Aaron Rodgers. You talk about width of the pocket, and also look at David's body position. Knees bent, hands out. That is fundamentally perfect. One of the more underappreciated aspects of David's game is his run blocking. And here he's going against number 91, Michael Brockers. And if Brockers did not appreciate it before, he appreciates it now. Now it's David and Harris again, and this time Harris is going with a fake, shake, and trying to jerk his way past David. But David is just too good with his hands and just too good with his feet. And a unique feature to David's game is that it's not unusual for the rusher to actually end up farther away from the quarterback than where he began. David doesn't just win the play, he wins it decisively. And if the Lion game is any indication, David Bakhtiari is back.
I'm just fortunate, blessed, honored, privileged just to be able to put my pads back on, be out there with the guys, laugh, have fun, and do what I do best, just play ball.
Total Packers with Matt LaFleur is brought to you by Network Health, by your Wisconsin Toyota dealers, and by Ticketmaster. Through the 2021 Touchdowns for Hunger program, Sargento Cheese has donated $108,000 shared by Hunger Task Force in Milwaukee and Paul's Pantry in Green Bay for touchdowns scored by the Packers during the 2021 regular season. Welcome back. Time to talk about some peak performers from the Lions game. And Matt, Davante Adams sets a new record for receiving yardage in a single season. And I wanted to ask you, when something like that's coming up, are you kind of aware when he sets that record? Does it factor in at all?
Yeah, I would say we were well aware in this game. I think it was pretty evident. We were trying to get him the ball early. Didn't always work out the way we wanted it to early on in terms of some of the coverages the Lions were playing. But when we got him the record, I made sure that somebody went to grab that football for him, because that is a special record. You're talking about the history of our organization, and definitely want him to be able to celebrate that and get him that ball.
Another one of your receivers, Lazard, a couple of touchdown catches, and for the regular season, he had a career-high 8. Could you talk about his progress as a receiver?
Yeah, Alan, you know how I like to refer to him as the goon. Just the physical nature that which he plays the game, and it's great when you have a guy that will go dig out safeties or sift off the edge, and he's sifting defensive ends, and then you can reward him in the passing game. And I think Alan's done a great job, especially as of late, of being extremely consistent and making the most of his opportunities.
Wasn't the greatest day overall defensively, but I thought one guy who played well was Dean Lowry. What did you think?
Yeah, Dean, a.k.a. the Rhino, definitely showed up. He had a big sack. I just think that he continues to play physical. He knows who he is as a player. He does a great job of using his hands, shedding blocks, and we're excited about him and the progress he's made over the course of the season.
Thank you, Matt. Coming up, the last word from the coach. Don't go away.
Just see the white creeping across the field, the frozen tundra.
The ground that we're walking on was paved by men who believed, who fought, who scraped.
This is Lambeau Field, a professional sports cathedral.
It's small-town America. It's blue-collar America. It's owned by the fans.
So this is the house Lombardi built.
No, this is the house the fans built.
Every time you turn around in Green Bay, Wisconsin, you bump into the history of the National Football League. It is the historic place in the NFL.
Being able to have the whole thing come through Green Bay, that would definitely be in our favor with the weather that we have.
The sleet and the snow and the muck here at Lambeau Field.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Lambeau Field.
They were here before the National Football League, these Green Bay Packers under Curly Lambeau.
It's a way of playing. It's the Packer way, as they used to say, which still exists today.
There's nobody that matches up with this place right here in Green Bay, Wisconsin.
Lambeau Field remains quiet this weekend as the NFL playoffs get underway. NFC action kicks off at noon Sunday with the Eagles visiting the Bucs. The 49ers visit the Cowboys in the late afternoon slot, and it will be Cards-Rams on Monday night. The Packers will welcome the lowest remaining seed to Lambeau Field in the divisional round. The Last Word with Matt LaFleur is brought to you by Construction Business Group and Wisconsin Operating Engineers. Welcome back. Time for the last word from the coach. And Matt, playoff football, you have a lot of experience. Does the game change during the postseason?
Well, I think the intensity definitely changes. Everybody is really juiced up. It starts with the crowd, and we expect our crowd to be loud and very supportive for us. It definitely helps our energy and our ability to go out there and play at a high level for the 60 minutes. But yeah, I think every play is so absolutely important, and our guys understand that. They take that to heart, and we're excited, and we know it's going to be a great challenge. But like we talked about earlier, it's great that the games have to go through Lambeau, because this is a tough place to play. I hope it's really cold, and I hope our fans are extremely loud.
Thank you, Matt. Have a good bye week, and thank you for watching. Until next time, take care.
Every game is do or die. That's the standard. That's what we expect to see every week. This doesn't guarantee anything. You got to go earn it. You got to go take it.
Keeping our foot on the gas pedal, you got to finish it out.
Got MVS. No one will catch him. He took the defense into the end zone.
Forcing missed tackles.
Rodgers throws it. Touchdown! Devontae Adams. Rodgers to the end zone. Number 443. DeQuara, touchdown! The tight end like a truck.
Always the mindset to go 1-0 each week.
It is intercepted by Rasul. And he's taken down. Sacked. He's held. And the Packers defense has held. Burrow on the run, lost the right side. Adrian Amos is there, and he makes the interception.
We are thinking about our legacy, being able to hoist up that trophy at the end of the year. That's the mindset.
Play hard, play our standard of football.
Give maximum effort, standard set out here.
Everything you got.
Nothing less expected of you besides greatness.